Okay, class, today we're going to be looking at preferred stock, comparing it kind of to common stock right now, but here's some information on preferred stock. They have special rights over common shareholders, over the common stock, often in dividends, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, and then also with regards to liquidation. If the company's going to be liquidated or going bankrupt, the assets are going to be distributed, then usually preferred shareholders will get their money back before any common shareholders will get their money back. Something to note, usually preferred shareholders can't vote. Okay, they usually are not able to vote. Common shareholders are the true owners of the corporation and they have voting rights. Okay, the issuance of preferred stock, I'm going to put up a journal entry right here, is very similar to common stock, as you'll see. Okay, let's say that this is $50 stock, $50 par value stock, and we're issuing 100 shares. And let's say those shares sold for $60. Okay, so 60 times 100 shares would be 6,000. So we would debit cash because we'd be getting cash in. And then 50 is the par value. So then we're going to credit preferred stock 50 times 100 or 5,000. And then lastly, paid in capital in excess of the par value preferred stock. That's where we pay the excess, the extra $10, because the par value is 50, but it's sold for 60. So there's the $1,000. So this would be the journal entry on issuing preferred stock that's issued at a premium, that's issued at above its par value. Okay, so that's that journal entry. Now we're going to look at some of the dividend information. First of all, we're going to look at cumulative versus non-cumulative. Cumulative dividends are when, the preferred shareholders get their dividends, okay? And it's usually a percentage, okay? So what I am looking at is, let's see, 1,000, let's say we have 1,000 preferred shares at $100 a share, and that they get paid 10%. So that would be 10% dividend each year, okay? So with preferred shareholders and cumulative, it says that they're going to get their dividends in the current year. Well, if the company doesn't pay dividends or only pays a portion, instead of giving them their full 10,000, let's say only pays them 4,000, well, the next year they're entitled to their 6,000 that they missed in the previous year, plus their current 10,000, okay? So once again, my example is that the preferred shareholders should be getting paid 10,000 in dividends in a year, okay? If they don't get paid that, then they have the right to get it in the future years, okay? So let's look at an example of a non-cumulative. This is where they don't get to share. They don't get that. If they don't get paid their dividend, they don't get to make it up in the next year. Cumulative feature is when they get to get it, make it up in the next year, okay? I think this will be very clear once we go through this example. Okay, it's kind of hard to explain, but okay, so in 2014, the company's going to pay a $6,000 dividend. And in 2015, they're going to pay a $20,000 dividend. Okay? Well, remember, I told you the preferred shareholders that they have the right to the first 10,000. The first 10,000 of dividends get paid to them. Well, in 2014, there's only 6,000 dividends. So all of that will go to the preferred shareholders, and nothing will go to the common shareholders because there's nothing left over. Now, in 2015, they're going to get paid 20,000. Okay? Well, the preferred shareholders, they have the right to the first 10,000, so they get 10,000. This is non-cumulative. So the 4,000 that they lost here, they're not going to get it. It's not coming to them. They'll get the 10,000 in 2015 that they're owed that year, and then the other 10,000 will go to the common shareholders, because once again, they're paying 20,000 in dividends. Preferred get the 10,000, the common will get the other 10,000. So in this example, over the 2 years, preferred get 16, and common get 10,000. All right. Now let's look at this if it were cumulative dividends. If it were a cumulative stock, I'm sorry, not dividends, but a cumulative preferred stock. If they have that right, then we're going to use the same information. In 2014, they get 6,000. Nothing changed there. Common's not going to get anything. Now, here's the difference. In 2015, preferred get their 10,000, but they should have been paid $10,000 in 2014. That's what they were entitled to. So there's $4,000 that they have not received. We call that dividends in arrears. The $4,000 they did not receive, those dividends in arrears would be $4,000. Okay? So this is $14,000 in total. The total dividend's $20,000. So that means that the common shareholders will get the remaining $6,000. Okay? So then this is a total over the 2 years of $20,000 versus $6,000. Okay? So that's the difference between non-cumulative and cumulative preferred stock. Okay? And once again, I talked about dividends in arrears. It's the dividend they didn't get in the previous year, and they get to make it up. All right. Participating versus non-participating. Under participating, if the preferred stock is participating, which isn't very common, I'm just giving you these terms really quickly. It's not very common to have that, but participating would be that once the shareholders, the preferred shareholders gets all their dividends, the common shareholders have the right to get that matching percentage that the preferred shareholders get. Okay, in this example, they would have got everything else. But in participating, what it says is, once common shareholders have got their fair share, their same percentage as the preferred, then the rest of the dividend gets shared between the preferred and common shareholders. That would be participating, and that's not very common, okay? Normally it's non-participating. Normally the common shareholders get their $10,000 in this example, and then if they don't get the full $10,000, the remaining amount is dividends in arrears that they'll get in future years if those kind of dividends are paid, okay? Hopefully that explains everything for you. That's preferred stock. The next video we're going to talk about treasury stock. All right? Thanks, class.